right? Think about what I'm saying here. Many people ordered it. Can you imagine how many attorney generals are all of a sudden being bombarded with a document that they know nothing about? So what the only thing they can say is this office does not, other responses that I've got is, let me see if I can pull up something to show you what I'm talking about here. Let me see who I got here. State of New York's letter to Brother Timothy, for example. Okay, is that on the screen? Let me see. It was on the screen earlier. Okay, what did I do? How did I get this back on the screen for you guys? Oh boy, y'all are getting on. See if I had a team working with me, a technical director, somebody, I'm trying to sit here and do what a whole production team does by myself, sitting here at my computer trying to pull up something that my technical director, if I had one, would have been able to pull up and just put it on screen for you. So please be patient with me as I try to navigate through this. I'm doing the best I can, y'all. I'm an old man. I hate to say it, but I am. Okay. Let me see if I can get back to pulling up on the screen here what I wanted to. Okay, yeah, here we go. Notice again, now this is from the Attorney General of New York, right? Pursuant to CPR Rule 3022, this defendant is electing to treat the enclosed document received on today's date as a nullity. Now, isn't this deep that the Attorney General is referring to him or herself as a defendant? Why are you calling yourself a defendant? This is not a litigation. I'm not bringing charges against you for anything. I'm just letting you know my position here. Okay. So the letter says it is unverified. So what does that mean? Does that mean that all the work you went through to get this information to the Attorney General is nullified because the Attorney General doesn't know anything about the document you're writing? You follow what I'm saying, people? Stop letting ignorance respond to your awareness and then put you in fear. Now, the truth of the matter is, if you don't know your document, then you're ignorant too. Because, see, you have to be able to defend your document like I'm doing right now. Okay? It is unverified. What the hell does that mean? It is unverified. Of course it's unverified. This is my original document to you. The very fact that it is it's a legal document because it's stamped with a note. It's a note. It's been signed and notarized. A notarized statement is equivalent to a court order. A notary is an officer of the state. And when a notary signs off on your document, it is a legal document. So for this ignorant response to say it is unverified, and yet you have it in your hand, but follow me here, y'all. Oh man, I hope I'm making sense to you guys today. I can't stand when I see a spirit of fear come over us. There's a Bible verse that says God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power and of love and a sound mind. Mr. Attorney General, I know you can't handle this document. I'm not sending it to you for you to handle it. I'm sending it to you to correct me if I am in error. That's where I'm sending it to you. Okay? Oh man, let me go back. Let me go back to the other document I was reading here. Okay. Where did I do with it? Oh my goodness. Oh, that's right. It wasn't on the screen, was it? I was just reading it. Okay. I was reading someone's document. Oh man, come on here. Now I can now I moved it somewhere and can't see it. Okay. Let me do this. No, I just took that off. Okay. Well, I just had the thing, man. Wow. Please bear with me. Please bear, because I don't want to read it wrong. Okay. I mean, I just say it in my own words, but I want you to see what I'm saying. I want you to hear it accurately. Okay. All right, here. Okay. Bear with me, y'all. I want to read this document correctly. So I gotta slow my brain down and grab the document. I don't know what I did with it. Request to prepare. That's not it. Okay. Bear with me here. I'm just have to pull it up again. Okay. All right. Now, your document says to them the following words. Okay. I wish I could put this on the screen for you so you can see what I'm saying. Your document says to them certain thing. Okay. I can't pull it up. I don't want to get too confused here in myself. Oh Lord, I pressed the wrong icon there, and now I'm pulling up another application that I don't want. Okay, again, bear with me. Let me close that out. Excel has nothing to do with what I'm doing right now. Okay, here's what your document says. Right now, again, why are you sending it to the Attorney General? So the Attorney General can respond with corrections if you are in error. Brothers and sisters, I'm telling you now, as I showed you first week I taught on this, I did my document years ago. I showed you the document, how the court stamping everything on it, right? And showed you that is my power. That is my, it's what is that thing in international law when you go into a country and the police can't do anything to you, no charges can be brought against you? Diplomatic immunity. This document is similar. I didn't say it is. Okay. This document is not a document declaring diplomatic immunity, but it's the closest thing to it. Follow what I'm saying. Your document says to the government, if you do choose to respond with corrections, I must insist that you do so within 14 days of the service of this letter in writing by way of registered mail, and provide proof of your claim under oath or attestation with full commercial liability and penalty of perjury. You see what I'm saying? Now, did the Attorney General of Ohio respond with that? No. Only thing the Attorney General of Ohio said, this office is not a repository for filing documents of this nature. That's all it said. Your contract, and by the way, what you write is a contract. Your contract says, if you are going to respond to what I'm saying, if you're going to respond to my letter, I must insist that you do so in writing by way of registered mail and provide proof of your claim. The Attorney General's claim is what? This is not a repository for filing documents of this nature. This form has no effect under Ohio law. I know it has no effect under Ohio law. That's why I'm writing it now as my law. Now, the document does not mean that everybody in Ohio gets to benefit from my document. Okay, that's not what it says. But that's a good point to bring out. So God help me come back to that, please. This document is not for everybody in the state in which you live. It's for you. So therefore, there's not going to be a statute. And if there is a statute, it means nothing based on the contract that you're writing. Okay? Notice what it goes on to say. Now, next paragraph. Now, specifically, by the way, the Attorney General did not meet the demand. Right? It said, if you're going to prove me wrong, you got this much time to prove me wrong. Provide proof of your claim. What's the proof? this office does not file documents of this nature. That's not proof. That's not even an argument. Especially when, doggone it, I'm not asking you to file the document, Attorney General. I'm sending this document to you, Attorney General, so that you can show me where I am wrong. And then it says on a point-by-point basis, show me where I'm wrong. Now, how in the hell you going to show me that I'm wrong by living by the law of the land? Or God's law. That's what it's called, the law of the land. I'm a free man or woman on the land. That's why I'm submitting this document, because that's what I understand. I'm a child of God, not a child of the government. I'm a live flesh and blood breathing soul, not a piece of paper that became a corporation because my mother signed it at my birth. I am a live flesh and blood breathing person. And that's how you have to deal with me, Mr. Attorney General, or judge, or police officer, or whoever. Any agent of any agency would have to deal with me as a live flesh and blood breathing person. And therefore, since they are unable to do that, as the top of your document says, if you can't prove me wrong, then automatic estoppel effective on certain day. You're giving them as much time as you feel they need. You can give them a whole year if you want to, family. Please understand what I'm saying here. Okay? You can give the government the last document I did for someone, I think I gave them 21 days to respond. Okay? The only thing that they can do is send you a letter if they're going to do that. But be honest with you, now hear what I'm about to say real good. Here, if you don't hear anything else, stop all movement and hear this one sentence I'm about to say right now. Hear me very good, very good. You are not sending your documents to the Attorney General for them to prove you wrong. Got what I'm saying? Even though that's what it says in your contract. In other words, you're giving the Attorney General the right, the opportunity, the privilege to prove you wrong. But they can't do it because everything you're saying in your document is what a free man or woman on the land would say in their defense. Okay? So then you say, like here, you're being as nice as you can. You start saying, as a peaceful man desiring to avoid conflict and live lawfully with maximum freedom. That's what your document says. Okay? And then you go on to say, if you do choose to respond with corrections, which they cannot do, brothers and sisters, trust me, I guarantee you they can't invalidate your document. Okay? Now, what they can say to you is, we've never seen anything like this before. Okay? And get ready to learn. Okay? We've never filed anything like this before. And that doesn't mean my document is illegitimate because you're ignorant. Got me? You don't know. You don't want to see, you don't want to say that to the clerk. You can't say to the clerk, just because you're ignorant, that don't mean my document is not legal. You don't want to say that because then you create a battle, extending your battle, I should say. Okay? But that's what you need to understand. That they may say that to you. We've never seen anything like this before. And so what? Today is day one. First time for everything. Okay? Again, your document is a legal, powerful document. It's been notarized and authorized by a state officer. And it gives you the weight of what is called the force of law. And what is that law? Your law. Because you have the right. You have the right as a free human being to think for yourself. And if they can't prove wrong what you think, then what you think has to become law as far as the two parties you're concerned. So what it goes on to say, follow what I'm saying here. But it goes, this paragraph. Here's your power. I can't stress this to you enough. Okay, and I know I'm reading excerpts. Like I said, you have to go back and listen to the previous weeks. Okay, I know I'm speaking excerpts here. If you do choose to respond with corrections, I must insist that you do so within 14 days of service of this letter in writing by way of registered mail and provide proof of your claim, Attorney General. Since you're saying that you've never seen a document like this before, well, you don't have to prove that to me. I mean, or your office does not file these documents. I already know that. I'm not sending it to you to be filed. I'm sending it to you to inform you of my stance as a free man on the land or as a free woman on the land. Now, you're going to tell me, Attorney General, I don't have the right to do that? Show it to me in law. Show it to me in writing that I don't have the right to live as a free man or woman on the land. They can't do that because you know why? That would violate everything that this country is built on. Got me? You have the right. See, what the problem here is, the government created statutes to control the population. That's how they control you, through the laws and statutes and codes that they wrote. You can't do this, can't do that, can't go over here, can't be, got to drive at this speed, can't cross that line. Okay, you got to be in before a certain time of night. All that kind of dumb stuff. All that's covered under what's called city codes, okay, municipal codes, state statutes, county statutes, all that kind of stuff. It's all about controlling everybody in the place. Everybody. That's how they control us. Okay? That's how they control us. Let me give you the simplest example of this. And this is how the government thinks. This is how the government thinks. We must draw lines in the road, or else these stupid people will all have accidents. Got me? So they draw the lines in the roads, and we call them lanes on a highway, right? Follow this analogy. We call them lanes on a highway. Okay, so, and I'm gonna be honest with you, I thank God for those lanes on the highway. Okay, I really do, because if the lanes weren't there, we'd all be like this on the highway, and there would be accidents. So that's the government's way of justifying what's called parents' patry. In other words, you're not smart enough to drive in a straight line on your own. So therefore, let me help you out, stupid, by painting these lines on the road. And as long as you stay between those lines, you're all right. We're not going to say nothing. And if you do decide you want to get out of this lane into another lane, you got to put the signal on at a certain point and then move over. Okay. And I'm not knocking that, because like I said, it keeps us safe on the road. But notice the underlying principle here of control. That's what this is about, man. Okay, so now they say you have to have this. You got to abide by this before you can do what you want to do. You got to meet our rule first. You came out of your mother's womb as a free soul. Don't let nobody take that. Well, I take that back. It's already there. They took it from you. This document reclaims it. Okay, so let me see here now. Let's see here. Okay, on page 2 of your document, the third paragraph down, it says these words: I am hereby notifying all who read this. And this is why I tell you, keep a copy of this with you everywhere. Okay, if you get stopped by a law enforcement officer, if you have to go to court, whatever, keep a copy of this with you. It says, I am hereby notifying all who read this and any other interested parties that I have revoked my consent to be governed by fictitious corporate entities with which I do not have a subsisting contract. And again, family, remember, this is all about contract. Okay? You know, it's for example, um, and I keep using this analogy, keep using this. I don't want you to think I'm anti-police. I'm not anti-police. Okay, I'm law enforcement myself, so I'm not anti-police. But I am anti-misconduct. That I am. Okay, when it comes to law enforcement officers. But for example, if an officer stops you, okay, and wants to question you, you have the right not to answer any questions. In case you didn't know that, okay. Real, I mean, real. That's see. You again. I state, if you don't know your rights, you're no better off than a person who has no rights. Okay, so if an officer asks you a question, all you have to say is, I don't want to contract with you. I do not wish to contract with you. Okay, you'd be surprised, brothers and sisters, how subtly we obligate ourselves into a contract, not knowing it. For example, somebody calls, your phone rings. Da-da-da-ding. You answer your phone and they say, is this Mark Wilson? Guess what, Mark? If you say yes, you just agreed to enter into a contract with the caller. When somebody calls me and says, is this Ray Higgins? I say, who's calling? I don't say no yes. And another side of that too is they'll say this call is being recorded. Okay. Now you say yes onto a recording, right? Your voice saying yes on a recording. What makes you think that they can't digitally splice your recording and take that yes that you just said and make you agree to something else? And then they have a recording where your voice said, you said yes. No, I didn't say yes to that. Yes, you did. We have it here on recording. So you don't say yes. You understand, people, what I'm saying to you? I want you guys to start learning how to be bold in your power. Okay? Now, in Sister Tracy's case here, where she got this letter back from the Attorney General, I started writing to you, Tracy. I didn't send it to you because I got so carried away in explaining how to fight for yourself that it was almost becoming a book. Okay? But let me give it to you in the short term here. Okay? Tracy, you don't have to respond to the Attorney General at all. Okay? That's their response to you. It is meaningless. Okay? And the reason why it's meaningless is the purpose of your document going to the Attorney General was not for the Attorney General to file it or do anything with it. Okay? Or to prove you wrong. That's prove me wrong, or if you can't prove what I'm saying to be an error, okay, then what I'm saying goes in force as a contract, tacit contract. Okay, for those who don't know what a tacit contract is, the word tacit means to go into effect as a result of not saying anything. Acquiescence, in other words. Okay, so now here we're dealing. Tracy, you don't have to write back. Please don't think you do. Only thing you want from the Attorney General's office is the return receipt, registered mail receipt. That's all you care about. Okay, that's all you care about, that you get that return receipt back in your hand to show that the Attorney General was served with your document. That's proof of service. That's all that's required there. Okay, to give you the power that you're talking about. Attorney General can't do nothing. They can't do nothing with it. Now, I'm gonna tell you. Let's create another situation here. And God, I hope I'm making sense to you guys today. Oh my God, I hope I'm making sense to y'all. Let me show you why the Attorney Generals are not going to do anything with this document. And Matt, those of you who have your document, or those of you who have received your document back, just imagine, what if everybody in the country did this document? Country would cease to exist. Because the only way this country can operate is through their control over you. The only way any country can operate is through their control over their citizens. Okay, that's why. So you got to understand the meaning of words here. Citizen. What's entailed in that? Now, mind you, this letter does not renounce your citizenship, because I get that from people. Is this renouncing my citizenship? No. No, it's not renouncing your citizenship at all. It's simply saying that you do not live as a citizen. See, a citizen means under the control of a certain power. No, I'm a free man or woman. I'm a free man on the land. I'm a free woman on the land. Are you a citizen of the United States? I'm a free man on the land. Real simple. Okay. Now notice I didn't say no, I'm not a citizen. And you don't want to say that. You don't want to create a fight for yourself that you don't have to fight. Okay, let me check my time here, people. I'm so sorry. Oh my God, is it man? My time up already? Okay, it's time for me to get ready to get out of here. Okay. It's time. I got about 20 minutes left before I have to go. Okay, so family, do you understand what I'm saying, y'all? Okay. Just because they refuse your document